How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of A Playmakers View. I'm your host, as always, Jamie Burdish. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you are doing amazing. Today's episode is going to feature a preview and predictions of Super Bowl 56. Now, before we start with all the previews and predictions, I would like to again thank you all so much for all the support. It means the world to me to be able to share this content and share my love for sports. And I would also like to ask that you guys hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on the latest content that I'm putting out. I've been doing a lot more shorts on YouTube, and I've also gotten more on TikTok, and I'm posting to IG Reels as well, so that you guys have content on a whole bunch of different platforms and can communicate with me on what you like, what you don't like, and all that good stuff. This year's Super Bowl will kick off on February 13th at 5:30 Central Time, and will be played at the home of the LA Rams and the LA Chargers, SoFi Stadium. Now, although it is the Rams' home field, they will not be the home team in this game. Each year, it is tradition for the AFC and NFC to switch off home and away, and this is the AFC's year, so the Cincinnati Bengals will be the home team in this one. So I wanted to share a few quick, fun facts about this year's Super Bowl. First up is that these teams have never played each other in the Super Bowl. These teams were also both originally from Ohio. Ohio is obviously Cincinnati, Ohio, but the Rams were also at one point the Cleveland Rams. They were a part of the AFL before joining the NFL. And the Cleveland Rams won a championship in 1945 before relocating. So those are just some fun facts to consider. I thought I'd throw that in there just so that you all know I love sharing that kind of stuff with sports fans out there. For the Cincinnati Bengals, this is only their third Super Bowl appearance. The other two times that they were in the Super Bowl, they lost to the 49ers. As for the LA Rams, this will be their fifth Super Bowl appearance and their second in the last 4 years. As many of you may know, in 2018, after the Rams relocated to LA, they faced off in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady and the Patriots, but they fell just short. All right, so now that you have a brief overview of the history of these two teams, I would like to talk a little bit about each team separately. The Cincinnati Bengals come into this game as true underdogs, as they have all season. But who really would have thought that a team that was in second to last place last year would be in the Super Bowl this year? The Bengals are led by quarterback Joe Burrow, who is truly making a name for himself, whether that be with his flashy new jewelry or his play on the field. Last year, Joe Burrow got hurt at the end of the season, tearing his ACL and his MCL, but he has come a long way to get to the spot he is in today. This year, he has a 70% completion rate. He's thrown for 4,600 yards and 34 touchdowns. The Bengals also have a great wide receiver core led by the duo of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. T. Higgins is a Clemson product who Joe Burrow has certainly relied on all season long, and Jamar Chase is a rookie out of LSU. He actually won Rookie of the Year this year, and he is also making a big name for himself. He's a true playmaker. He's got a lot of speed. He has good cuts, and he's really become a go-to target and someone that you really want to have on your team. This year, he had 81 receptions, 1,400 yards, and 13 touchdowns. One of the biggest challenges all season long has been the Bengals' offensive line. As of late, they have done really well, but at the beginning of the season, they did not look too hot. So moving forward, this is going to be one of the biggest challenges facing a strong defense in the LA Rams. On the other side of the ball, the Bengals defense is looking stellar. They did a fantastic job of shutting down Patrick Mahomes and all of the weapons on the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Overall, this Bengals team is very solid. They're in the Super Bowl, of course, but their true Achilles heel is that offensive line. To me, if the offensive line can stay strong against the strong defense of the LA Rams, they will be in a lot better spot. The LA Rams, on the other side, are a team that a lot of people could have predicted would be in this spot. They are led by quarterback Matt Stafford, who played for the Detroit Lions before this, and this is actually his first year for the LA Rams. Stafford had a 67 completion rate with 4,886 yards and 41 touchdowns. Stafford has proven that he can be a guy to throw the long ball, and he's also very smart in the pocket. With his veteran experience, he is at a bit of an advantage over a quarterback like Joe Burrow, who has only been in the league for 2 years. Stafford plays behind an offensive line that was ranked 7th at the end of this season. The Rams' offensive line has been really good. They have opened up a lot of holes for the running backs and allowed Stafford to take time in the pocket and throw to all of his targets. As far as the offensive line goes and the holes that they make, running backs like Sony Michel have made a big impact this year. Sony Michel is another veteran guy that the Rams have. He comes from the Patriots and had a lot of experience there in games like this. And he could be one of those people that makes a big impact in this game. Now, while the Cincinnati Bengals have a really strong wide receiver core, so do the LA Rams. Stafford has a lot of great options in OBJ, Cooper Kupp, and Van Jefferson. The defense of the LA Rams is also very strong, and they are led by two future Hall of Famers in Aaron Donald and Von Miller. The defense of the LA Rams is also very strong in the red zone, only allowing 42% of red zone time resulting in touchdowns. This presents a big problem for the Cincinnati Bengal offense if the Rams can keep this up. As far as experience goes, the LA Rams certainly have the upper hand. Now, does this mean much? Not necessarily. Momentum shifts are really big in a game like the Super Bowl, but this is a factor to look out for in this game. To me, what's going to separate these two teams apart is who can establish the play action. Both of these teams have really good running backs. For the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Mixon is a guy who grinds. He gets those extra yards, and he is also a really good target to pass to. The Rams defense is going to have to be aware of Joe Mixon. Of course, you can stop the run, but he's also going to peel out for those screen passes, and that can make a huge difference in a game. For the Rams, they have two strong running backs in Cam Akers and Sony Michel. As I said, Sony Michel is a veteran guy that the Rams can rely on heavily, and they have done that in the past few games. If these two running backs can be successful in the first half, it will then lead to bigger plays later on in the game. Again, in my opinion, the team that executes the play action the best will win this game. Of course, the play action isn't the only part of the game. For the Bengals, my biggest takeaway is their offensive line. How strong can they be against such a veteran-strong defense in the LA Rams? The LA Rams are definitely going to pressure Joe Burrow. Now, don't get me wrong, Joe Burrow has shown that he can scramble out of the pocket, but being a younger guy in this big of a game, having that much pressure is not ideal. As for the LA Rams, I don't think they need to be too worried about their defense. They have a strong core and they know how to put pressure on the offense. But on the other side of the ball, the big factor for me is Matt Stafford connecting with Cooper Kupp. You also have guys like OBJ and Van Jefferson, but Cooper Kupp has shown to be elite. If these two can connect throughout the game, they can march their way to victory. So, that is a lot of information, a lot to break down, and a lot to look forward to in this Super Bowl. My final pick in this game is the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe the Cincinnati Bengals will come out swinging with a lot of momentum, a lot of swagger, and it'll be too much for the LA Rams. My final score is 27-21. I think Joe Burrow is going to pass for 2 touchdowns, one of those to Jamar Chase, one of those to T. Higgins, and Joe Mixon will also get a touchdown. And of course, 3 touchdowns only adds up to 21 points, so 2 more field goals. So, as always, this is my opinion. This is what I think, but I would love to hear what you all think. I'd love to hear some of your score predictions, some of your X factors, and if I miss any key information, let me know. It was a pleasure getting on here and sharing my thoughts about this year's Super Bowl. It's going to be a great one. I hope you all are going to tune in and watch, whether that be from the couch, at a friend's house, or wherever it may be. But again, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope your Super Bowl experience is a great one. And with that, I will see you very soon on another episode of A Playmakers View.